Okay. We'll try this again. I've done this a few times already, but because I'm not a succinct bastard, there you go. Hi. I sound like shit because I have, the crud. I figure I got it at work, since everybody else there has it, either that or I'm Typhoid Mary. My name is R, or at least that's what I tend to go by online. I do a comic online called Soon. I also do Endless Winter and previously Homemade, Dimension, Onyx, and Prena, which is where I started the site. It was with Prena in 1997. I know some of you who are watching this are here by way of the site, and some of you who are watching this have just stumbled across it randomly. I do fucked up comics. Yeah. So anyway, I know it's been a while since I've done updates. I've just had a lot of shit going on in my personal and work life, and actually I left the job I had previously because they were paying me shit for what I was doing. I was in a supervisory position, and they were paying me, $10.25 an hour, and I had to fight to get them to give me that extra quarter. And I was working stuff. I was scheduled for like 12-hour shifts, and I was working anywhere between 14 and 20-hour shifts. Don't get me wrong, the overtime is great, but after you've done it for a few months, no amount of money can compensate you for just, for not being able to remember the drive from work to home, much less, wondering whether or not you were drifting lanes the entire time. No. My responsibility was the people there on that crew, which is why I stayed as long as I did. But after a while, with family and everything, you gotta finally decide which is more important. And, family. And when I say family, I include my friends too. Because it's not just the family you're born with, it's the family you build. My family is more important to me. But now I got a job where I work 3 days a week and make $4 an hour more, soon to be $5 an hour more. And I got 4 days off to spend with my family and start working the fuck on my comics again. Holy crap. Has it been a while? Mostly, a lot of y'all know me by way of art. One-letter signature at the bottom of a page, or an LJ entry or whatnot. And I wanted to, there's a photo on the profile page and whatnot at the site. Which would be stormchild.com if I haven't already mentioned it, for those of you who don't know about it. I wanted to thank you guys for sticking with me all these years, even through these low points, where I'm having a hard time working on stuff. It's kind of like a car that sits in a garage. It's kind of tough to get it to turn over. But I'm working on getting in gear again. Not just for myself, but for you guys. Because you guys, you guys have stuck with me and given me feedback. It's very important. I know I don't always get back to you guys. You know, I try, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes an email or two will slip through, and I won't get back to y'all, and I apologize for that. The feedback y'all give me helps me decide what angles to focus on, because one of the problems as a world building creator is that you flesh out all this history, all these families, these organizations, religions, governments, whatnot, and it's in here, and you know it, but sometimes if you're not careful, you fail to get it out on paper. And the feedback helps me with that. It helps me know, when you sit there and you go, well, what about this? Okay, sometimes I mean to not mention something. It'll be dealt with later. But sometimes it's something I've forgotten about. It's something that I have forgotten that you don't know, because there's so much. Look at the world. Look at what goes on in the world every day. All the aspects of the world. All that's like inside my head. For my own stuff, for my own world, for my own universes. Political interaction, corporate interaction, communications, art. It's all in my head, and sometimes I miss some of it. So I thank you guys when y'all do that. It's very much appreciated. I thank those of you who came by came by when I was at Otakon, not this past August. We were trying to get up there, but we just didn't make it. But the year before that, when I did the workshop on inking and sequential art, I hope I was able to teach some of y'all something. And I appreciate those of y'all who came by that table and the one at CUNYCon in Miami before that, and bought copies of Endless Winter and Soon, and I'm still a little weirded out by doing the whole autograph thing. Some of y'all have asked me to sign the books, and I feel weird doing that. It's just I'm a guy who draws comic books, okay? I draw funny books. Okay, so they're not so funny. Alright, they're kind of fucked up. But you know what I mean. It's just, that's so foreign to me. I'm going to try and do more of these little web updates, these little video things. I've done the LJ thing for a while. I have my own personal LJ. I'm on DA. I think my obscurity issue has to do with the fact that I don't advertise. I hate the idea of whoring myself out. And so I have never really whored myself out the way some of these other more successful webcomic guys who have been around like nowhere near as long as I have. They're so popular, and the reason I'm not is because I don't whore myself out. I get kicked for that sometimes. By friends and fans. Again, thank you guys, and I will do my best to keep doing my thing and do it more often.